Hi, welcome to Thrive Talk. I'm Marie Eliam. I'm editor of Northeast Ohio Thrive Magazine, and Thrive Talk is a product of Northeast Ohio Thrive Magazine. And you can access it through our website, northeastohiothrive.com, or on your favorite podcast platform. And my guest today, and I'm really excited because she's got a ton of information and a ton of grandkids, is Karen Shadrach, and she is Thrive Magazine's Grammy on the Go columnist. And each issue, she comes up and she also does blog posts for us on our website. But Karen, you have such a good way of coming up with so many creative things to do with children that it's impressive. And you've been doing it for a long time, and you seem to have endless ideas about how to entertain grandkids. And I thought you would make a great guest for us at this point, because we're entering, well, you're a good guest at any point, but we're entering the time of year where families are getting together and are visiting and for the holidays. And when grandparents have visiting grandkids from out of town, sometimes we're like, oh, now what do we do with them? But you've got a lot of ideas because you live in suburban Cleveland and you have been all over the place. So you really have. So tell me a little bit about when you're thinking about about what to do with kids or how to engage with grandchildren. What are you thinking about? I mean, are you trying to get them outside? Are you doing quiet things, or what do you like? What's your MO to get started?
Hey, well, first of all, in Northeast Ohio, there is so much to do with kids during the holidays. And if you're just getting your grandchildren for a couple days over the Christmas holiday, or a week, or if you see them maybe once a week, you have to look at where you want to go and how you want to plan to do things. And you don't want to put a lot of stress on yourself to do it either.
Right.
So you have to think of your ages of your grandkids also. I mean, you might have all young under 5, or you might have a family with a teenager and a 3-year-old.
Right.
So that will definitely shift what you want to do for your entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Well, your grandkids are younger right now. And I'm also thinking about, these are not just things, I mean, some things you can only do during the holidays, but a lot of your ideas that I'm sure you're going to be you're going to share with us can be done all throughout the year, any time of year, right?
Right. But let me start with the holidays.
Okay. Yeah.
That is because if you're thinking about the Christmas, time, if you want to go to something that's very unique in Northeast Ohio, and that is the Polar Express train. Okay. And this year they're calling it the North Pole Adventure. And that is something that you have to plan for and get tickets for now. Now is the time to go, and reserve your seats for that. But it is an unbelievable thing.
Okay.
I mean, it's the Polar Express train in reality. They get hot chocolate and cookies on the way. You wear your pajamas on the train. They go to the North Pole, which is in Peninsula, Ohio. And then there they get Santa. Santa comes on board and he rides back home with you and you sing Christmas carols. And it is just such a fantastic experience. And these kids really immerse themselves in this. And we have done it several times. I would say, I don't know that a teenager would enjoy that, but anybody 12 and under, it's something that you really should think about doing.
And then you can find out information about that online through the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, or how do you?
I would do that. Go through that and then get your explicit times in that. But what we have done is we've even bought matching pajamas for the family to make it extra special, and then you get your picture taken on the train with Santa. Or you can go out to dinner first in your pajamas. There's this wonderful McDonald's at the top of the hill in Independence that, the double-story mansion kind of McDonald's that everybody doesn't have. Or you can go to yours truly. And both of those places are full of people with pajamas on. So you know where they're going next. No,
Not like
they're
Walmart at
well,
midnight?
they have pajamas on there too, but this is definitely something right before boarding the train. And
Okay.
so, I mean, so that's one thing to really think about if you're having kids from, you know, another state or something coming to visit you. And another thing is the Tower City downtown also has a beautiful Christmas display. You can go outside and look at the lights around downtown Cleveland, and they have a Kris Kringle inventionarism. And what that is an immersive experience where the kids pretend that they're elves helping Santa create toys. And we did that last year, and we kept putting it off, wanting them to be old enough to really, you know, understand what they're doing and but they say 3 and up. I don't know that I'd take a 3-year-old there,
Okay.
but
And what do
yeah,
they do? They're like designing toys?
they design toys. It's a very good STEM experience for them. They design them, they take them home, you know, the little things that they create, and they
Okay.
show Kris Kringle at the end what they've reproduced. I mean,
Okay.
it is really a nice experience too.
Oh,
And then you've got, you know, the Tower City and the music there. They have 35-foot Christmas tree. I mean, it's a very cool thing to take your grandkids to.
well, it's exciting to be in a city
Yeah.
at Christmas, you know.
Right, right. Yeah, cities and Christmas aren't what they used to be. Remember the big shopping centers with the window displays,
Oh, O'Neill's and
the
Upholstery.
animated, yeah, and you get all dressed up, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's not quite like that anymore, but this is really nice. And there's a train too that'll take you around Tower City that the kids like.
Oh,
So,
all right.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good idea.
right. But if you just want to hang out with the kids, and you could go for lights, you know, go see lights. That's for kids of all ages. You can go to the zoo. There's the wild lights. And if you don't want to walk around a lot, you can get a car and it'll take you around the whole zoo.
Okay.
The Akron Zoo is a smaller venue, but it is fantastic to walk around the Akron Zoo for their lights, their wild lights. It's built like on a small hill kind of thing. And as you're walking down the hill, you can just see all the displays and millions of lights. It's really nice there.
That's fun. Have you ever taken kids to Stan Hewitt?
Yes.
Lights.
Yes.
That's nice.
That's big. Yeah, that is a big display. They have a light set to music, you know, and they have homemade gingerbread cookies. You got to stand in line for those. Those are really fantastic. And then you don't have to take the tour inside the house. You know, if you think your kids, you know, aren't going to handle that, you know, you can just do the outside grounds, and it's just marvelous there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good, those are all really good ideas. What about, have you found any winter hikes or places in the metro parks or things like that to do that are, you know, daytime activities more so?
Cuyahoga Valley National Park has a chickadee thing in Brecksville where you can just go and feed chickadees from your hands, you know, and that's, the kids like that. That's cool.
Oh,
and they have ranger walks, and that again, you'd have to go to Cuyahoga Valley National Park and the dates for all of those. But yeah, they do have kid-centered hikes that are nice to do. Yeah.
What do you think a mistake is that, and I don't want to be negative or anything, but I know I make the mistake when my grandkids visit. Like I feel like I want to do a lot of stuff, and they really seem pretty happy chilling and, you know, playing games here or, you know, exploring the town or whatever. I mean, but I'm always looking for, you know, I tend to overthink some of the activities, you know, and I want to hold their interest, and I don't know how to do that, but not without overextending them, you know?
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that, and you put a lot of stress on yourself over the holidays, and the kids don't care. They're there to see you. You're there to love on them and create memories and have them say, I want to go back to grandma's house. You know, that was so much fun, you know, so So how do you do that? Well, maybe you don't have to decorate your Christmas tree before they come. You don't have to stress out and do that. Get your tree together. Let them help you decorate it.
Yeah.
Well, why do that yourself? And the same with cookie baking. You stress yourself out. Oh, I have to make all these little goodies for them and these perfect little the cookies with sprinkles and designs.
Huh.
No, let them help you make the cookies, let them make the mess. I mean, that's fun. That's fun for them. And it doesn't cost you anything. And again, you're not stressing out preparing it beforehand.
Right.
All you have to do is make sure you have the ingredients and stuff all ready for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So think about things like that. And then after you do the tree, I mean, something as simple as hot chocolate, make it a little Christmassy with, marshmallows, and make it like a hot chocolate bar, and let them put that together, or have them camp out under the Christmas tree. Do you remember sleeping under the Christmas tree? How cool that was. Well,
It was.
Parents don't let you do that these days.
Yeah.
You got to do that at grandma and grandpa's house.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
So just do that, and it costs you nothing,
Yeah.
And go in the backyard and have a campfire, make s'mores, bring them back in, and just like you said, chill out,
Yes.
and don't stress yourself out, because
Good.
then you're tired and you're grumpy, and you can't deal with them at that point.
Then you get
And
grouchy.
you're yeah, you get grouchy, and that's the last thing you want to show them, or be at that time.
Yeah.
So
Right.
chill out, maybe, pick one activity that you want to do and go out, and the rest stay home. Stay home is great.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas for I know that those aren't your grandkids are younger, but do you have any ideas for older kids, like the preteen crowd or high school kids that they might like? Any ideas for that?
Well, they would like the hikes. They probably like a larger kind of hike, but I don't know that we could keep up with them, is
No.
the problem.
Yeah.
But what you could do, you could take them ice skating to many of the places that are in Northeast Ohio. You
Right.
could, and then sit there and watch them.
Yeah.
Or you could take them to the ice chutes also in the metro parks.
Right.
They run from November through January or whatever. So you're not dependent on weather. And those are great. And not every place has those. It's more than sled riding. And it is fun.
Okay.
And
Oh,
grandparents can pay for like one ride down. It's like $1.50 or something. And I've done that. Once is enough for me.
yeah.
But you go down and it's fun. Now you guys can keep going,
Right.
And,
right.
And they do have a sled carrier now. Back in the day, you had to drag your sled up the stairs, which wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Now they have a lift, so you just have to drive, but the teenage kids love that. They just love that place. So that's a good thing to do. And you could stay in the lodge or go out and watch them. So between that and then the mall, South Park Mall is just right across the street. They love shopping, right?
Yeah,
And,
they do. They do.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Christmas Museum in Medina?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And the name is
Castle Noel. I think
Castle
you
Noel.
went there once.
I
Didn't you go
did.
there?
I've been there twice, actually.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm not sure. I don't think that's necessarily a good place for little kids.
right.
I
But the
mean-
older grandkids might appreciate that.
Yes.
And the Christmas Story House also, which is down by Tremont. Yeah, that's open again. It closed for a while. They swapped ownership, but the Christmas Story House is a good little tour.
And that would be fun to do, like watch the movie and then
watch the movie and then go. It would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Castle Noel, right off the square in downtown Medina. I was surprised by how much stuff they have there. How many, displays and things, and all basically from our childhood. Every toy.
Yeah.
Or
It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
It is. It is. But it would be easy for people to think that they could take small children there, that they would like it. Because there were a few small kids on our tour and they were so bored. They did not like it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you've got that slide that comes down.
Yeah, they'd
from-
like that. Yeah.
That's where I was worried about getting off the floor then after I landed. That's the only bad thing.
Yeah, so warning, don't go down the slide unless you're sure you can get up. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's
No.
exactly right. I'm trying to think anything else. Any places or restaurants or other things like that that you found that are fun to take out of town kids that you
There's
think out of town kids would enjoy?
yeah, the brew garden. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to, imbibe in the brew garden is next to the mall, South Park Mall, and it is decorated to the hilt with Christmas decorations.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they really go all out. I guess they go all out for Halloween too, but it's a fun place to take kids. I mean, they have things hanging from the ceiling and on the backs of the chairs. I mean, it's really cute.
Okay.
So Brew Garden. That's
right.
the most decorated restaurant I've ever taken the kids to like that.
I'm not familiar with it. And I'll have notes in the in the podcast description so people can link to these different places that we've mentioned.
Right.
So they can find their way to the chickadees and the train and all of that.
Right. Yeah.
So that would be good. Let me make a note. Note of that. So
there's music too. If people are into music, you've got Severance Hall and all their Christmas concerts that go on that a teenager would love that if they're in the band or choir. I mean, and get dressed up and go to Little Italy for dinner and then come to the Christmas concert is just wonderful. Yeah.
That's another good idea with older kids too.
Right. Take them that. Yeah.
Do you have any good craft ideas? Christmas craft ideas?
Well, yeah, you can make your own ornaments, and hang on your tree. For little kids, that's something that they would enjoy. For the very little kids, what I've done is made a flannel Christmas tree. And it's a Christmas tree made out of cardboard that you just, get a poster board or whatever and put a piece of green flannel over top of it. And then cut out little round balls and candy canes. And you don't have to hang, you just press them and they stick. And the little kids love the flannel Christmas tree. And it just goes up against a wall and they can redecorate it, tear it down and redecorate it again.
And the ornaments are made out of flannel?
Yeah.
Like flannel sticks to the flannel.
And it just sticks, yeah.
Oh,
and it's really cute. I mean, we decorated it and undecorated it, and they'll sit there for hours and do that.
Okay, that's a good idea. Because I've seen some of those, kits that are sold. They'll have those, and they don't really have a whole lot on them. They're kind of boring. But
right.
Go all out with that.
You can make or have them help you decorate. Make the little flannel things like I want an angel or I want a Santa Claus. And then but that's something that they can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's another good idea. I'm trying to think what else. I've done some baking with little kids before, which is fun. There's something to be said because I'm not a good cookie decorator.
Mm.
But when you have kids decorating the cookies,
it doesn't matter what they look like.
The kids did it. Isn't it adorable? Yeah.
No, and they like that, So yeah. It's not the perfect cookie by any means, but it tastes just good. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And it's something they did. And then it takes you off the hook. Takes you off the hook.
Like, right. That's why. Stress-free. Stress.
It's be a little stressful to have kids in your house when you're not used to it. You're retired, if you don't have, and all of a sudden there's diaper bags and water bottles and you're stepping on Legos. And I'm like,
right.
Nothing worse than a Lego at the bottom of your foot. And it's just, and you're right to say that sometimes, the more you can make things simple or stress-free, the better.
Right. And kind of confine them to one area, like you say, with the diaper bags and that, put them in one spare room and kind of, keep it out of the rest of your house kind of thing. So you're not tripping over things.
No, I am.
So yeah, I mean, that's what I do is, locate them, somewhere and try to keep it in one area.
Yeah, keep it there. And
Or
if
make
we're
a playroom out of one of your rooms, this is where you play. This is where you do Legos. This is where then they don't have to take their Legos down when they're done. They can leave it up because often, they make cities and things get pretty complicated. And when they're done with it, it's like, you can't say, well, let's put it away now. They like it. Especially, I mean, the parents might want to do that, but at grandma and grandpa's house, you leave it up for as long as they want to. And when they're gone home, then you take it all down.
Right. I know. We just found another Lego from a visit from 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, thank goodness I didn't step on it. But that's
right.
That's
But
just how that rolls.
So find an area for them and let them make their mess and keep it there.
Okay. All right.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Advice, Karen. So anything else you'd like to add?
No, just enjoy your grandchildren. I mean, they grow so quickly. You want to make the most of your time and make as many memories with each child as you can, and you don't want to be grumpy. You don't want to be stressed at the time. So make it easy on yourself. It's not that big a deal, and they don't care. All they want is time with you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's a good way. That's a good way to wrap this up. Yeah, that's good to remember. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, I'm so glad you could join us, and I will have information in as I said, in the podcast description about where to find some of these places. And if any of our listeners or viewers have ideas for a guest for a future Thrive Talk episode, just email me at marie@northeastohiothrive.com. And you can find Karen in our magazine, each issue, and also on our website as a blogger. So, and thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was fun. Thanks.
It was fun. And we'll have lots of ideas now for this winter. So, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holiday. Bye.